Alright guys, so I just got back from Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, which is one of the most blatant sequel names I have ever heard, and it's one of the most blatant title names because it is literally just the lyrics to Mamma Mia, except they say Here I Go Again, I think, in the lyrics instead. But still, that's just the weirdest, like, most blatant sequel name I've ever heard. And I just sat there when I heard the sequel was coming out, and whenever I heard that name, I just sat there like, okay, um, okay, that's an interesting way to go with that blatantly obvious name, subtitle for the movie. But the movie itself, Mamma Mia 2, which Mamma Mia 1 was not my cup of tea. It's not my type of movie, but of course I saw it because I like to see everything, regardless if it's my genre or cup of tea. And the first one was just alright. It was just blatant and obviously fluff. Like, it is an escapism fluff type of movie where you just want to see these characters sing and dance and have this small, simple story, and that's what the audience wanted from that movie. And this movie does the same thing, but honestly, I like this one better. I thought that this one, in terms of, like, it is very similar to the first one. It is very much an escapism, like, fantasy type musical movie, where it's just like this type of musical where it's really just very happy, very overly sincere. And like I said, I think I enjoyed this one more because this one had a little bit more sincerity to it. Like, the first one did have some sincerity, but it felt like more of a product. I guess you could say this one does too, but I felt like in terms of the adding a little bit of drama to this as opposed to the first one, where the first one was just Amanda Seyfried's character, Sophie. She wants to figure out which dad is her dad. Is it Colin Firth? Is it Pierce Brosnan or Stellan Skarsgård? Like, it's one of those three, and that's the plot of the first movie. And in this one, you've seen this from the trailer, so this isn't a spoiler, but Meryl Streep, Donna, is dead, her mother. So it basically just shows young Donna, played by Lily James, who it just shows her kind of just be young and show like her life, while it's the same time where Sophie is her age at the moment in this movie. So it's like a cross between young Donna and Sophie, and they're both the same age, and it does a lot of things that you know are coming that are obvious parallels, or not parallels, similarities to these two characters. So they both do similar things. Like I said, the plot isn't anything to write home about, but I thought that it was just, out of the two, I thought it was the more fun one. I felt like the humor in it was more funny. I felt like it wasn't as, I don't know, like the first one wasn't annoying to me, and this isn't the type of musical that I like, but it was fine. It wasn't annoying, but it was just all right. Like, it's literally just, both of these movies are literally just ABBA karaoke. Like, they literally just sing songs that ABBA made, and they're not always that bad or terrible. They're all right sometimes, and I thought that this one I liked more with these songs. I thought I liked this one overall more. I just liked how it added more of a dramatic element to it, so there was a little bit more like substance to it, where the first one was just, oh, we got to figure out who's the dad, and you can't have her mother know that the dads are here, like, at the same time, and shenanigans ensues, the first one. And in this one, it's just, you see Sophie and Donna at both at the same age, and they just living their lives, and it actually just felt more interesting, and it felt like it's a musical too, like the first one, but it felt like there was less music in it. By the end, it really did kick up with the music, and there was music throughout, but it felt like it was less, which I think I actually enjoyed more, even though I didn't dislike the music. This isn't my type of musical, though. It's not, I'm not really always into the fluffy, like, light substance type of musicals. I want one with, like, dramatic heft to it. And these are not that, but they're still, both of them are still fun, and I think this one I liked more than the first one because of it was just more fun and more sincere. And it's bad to say, I think Meryl Streep is a great actress, but I'm kind of glad she's out of this movie. And I was thinking to myself, because a lot of people say they hate her in the first movie, and I was thinking, do I really hate her, or am I just thinking with the crowd? And for a while I thought I was, but then there's a jarring moment in this movie where it says her name in the, like, she's in the movie, like Meryl Streep is in the movie. It says it on the cast members, so she's in the movie very briefly. But whenever she's in the movie, it was such a jarring difference. And I don't know why I disliked her in both of these movies. Like, it, or really in the first one, because she's barely in this one, but I don't get why I dislike her that much, because I like her in a lot of other things. Like, her singing just wasn't that great, I guess, in the first one, and in this one, it's just like, when she came into the movie, I was like, wow, I was enjoying it a lot, and then that moment she came in, I was like, okay, that didn't do much for me. But like I said, she's a great actress. It's just, in these movies in particular, I just did not care for her. Like, she's not the worst thing ever. It's just, I don't know, like, there's something about her in these movies that it's just, she bugs me a little bit. For some reason, I don't understand why. But overall, my thoughts are just, this movie is not a movie that's technically for me, but like I said, I see everything. So for a movie that I don't typically care for, this type of musical, this type of light fluff, I thought it was fine. I thought it was really serviceable, honestly. I thought it was actually pretty funny. I thought the music was fun, and it, even though it's just copying ABBA songs like the first one, I liked some of the versions that they did of that. I thought that they did a good job with them, and I liked Lily James was a really good addition to this movie. Like, she was a great character, like, not character, but she had a great performance in this. Like, I really did dig her, and I always dig her in all the movies I've seen her in. And I think she just really was good in this movie. And she was a good balance between that and showing the main characters from the first one, which made it to where you don't have to show the main characters from the first one that much, because half of this movie is young Donna, Lily James, then the other half is Sophie and everybody else in current time. So it did a clever thing where it's just like, oh, we don't have to have all these actors in the movie the whole time. We can have younger Donna, and then it's like the first movie, but it's different in a way. And I liked how it was different. I liked how it brought a little bit more emotion to it. It wasn't just as light substance. So overall, just like I said, not a genre that I typically, or not a film that I typically am very fond of, this type of musical, but it still was fun and enjoyable. I liked the characters. I liked how it looked. It was pretty. I liked Lily James. She was a good addition, and just overall, it was a really fun, serviceable time for a film that I typically would not care for.